Hi everyone, and welcome to Jane Talks Real. It's Slayer Sunday, where I'll be talking about and reviewing all the episodes of Buffy the Vampire Slayer in order. Today I'm looking at Season 4, Episode 8, Pangs. We begin the episode with some dude wandering around in the dark when he's jump scared by Buffy, who punches him into a vampire, and after he complains that her arrival in Sunnydale ruined everyone's fun, she stakes him. She senses something is nearby, but doesn't know what it is. Oh hey Angel! And into the credits we go. This lady is super excited about the sight of the new cultural centre, while Anya lusts over Xander in his new job.
Very manly. Not at all village people.
This lady yada yadas, mentioning it's nearly Thanksgiving, and hey, it's Joe! So he did survive his encounter with Spike and Harmony in the harsh light of day. Willow is pissed about the lady's speech and says Thanksgiving is rooted in a lot of people getting screwed over and killed. And Buffy mentions Joyce is out of town, so she won't be having Thanksgiving anyway. With the speech over, Xander starts to dig, only to fall through the ground and splatter into some sort of structure. Angel hovers outside Buffy's dorm, which she seems to sense, while Willow tells her Xander fell into an old mission, and Buffy decides she's going to host her own Thanksgiving, inviting everyone over. But Willow doesn't want to invite Anya. Spike, meanwhile, is looking pretty worse for wear while he's hunted by the commandos. And Anya goes to see Xander, who is not very well, so she takes care of him, and he refers to her as his girlfriend for the first time. A green fart cloud appears in the mission and goes through the ceiling, following the archaeology lady while she's on the phone. It surrounds a knife, which turns into a Native American man, who uses said knife to slit her throat. Buffy and Willow go nosing around the crime scene, and Buffy notices the knife from the Shumash tribe is missing, so goes to tell Giles about it, who wants to know why he's stuck having Thanksgiving at his house. After Buffy leaves to pick up supplies, Angel comes out, explaining that his friend had a vision of Buffy in danger. And while Giles reminds him that it's not his job to worry about Buffy anymore, Angel turns around and reminds him he's the same. So they agree to work together in secret. And Angel says it's hard to see Buffy but not be with her. Spike is a Christmas caroling through the street where we see a guy getting killed by vampires. And Riley rushes to catch up to talk to Buffy, so Willow gives them some alone time, only to bump into Angel and assume he's evil. He explains why he's there, but can't let Buffy see him, and Willow goes on another post-Oz rant, so he calms her down and asks who the hell Riley is. Buffy invites Riley to Thanksgiving, but he sweetly turns her down because he's heading to his grandparents, while Harmony tries to kick Spike out, but he tries to seduce her, so she pulls a stake on him. Buffy goes to see this Father Gabriel dude, but she's a bit too late to save him, and gets into a fight with his attacker, Hoos, who explodes into birds. Buffy is conflicted over the whole thing and doesn't want to kill this already dead dude, when there's a knock at the door and it's Willow, who's done her research on the Shumash tribe, who had a pretty bad lot in life. And aww, look at the pop-ums! Willow and Giles get into an argument over whether they should help Hoos or not, when there's another knock at the door and it's a very sick Xander.
You look like death.
Are you okay? You didn't bring rolls?
Willow checks her research and deduces that Xander has syphilis.
It'll make you blind and insane, but it won't kill you. The smallpox will.
And Giles tells him that because he woke the spirit, he immediately got it in the neck.
That's not fair.
Like you've never woken up cranky?
Everyone gets into a massive argument and Buffy storms off.
Buffy, Xander is in real danger. Are you sure the solution is pie?
She wants a nice normal Thanksgiving, but there's yet another knock at the door and it's Spike asking for help. Buffy says no, so Spike tells him about his chip and Willow backs him up.
Spike had a little trip to the vet, and now he doesn't chase the other puppies anymore.
But Buffy still refuses to help him, so he bribes her with information about the initiative. Who summons his buddies to come and play, while Buffy ties up Spike.
Bloody hell, woman! You're cutting off my circulation!
You don't have any circulation.
Well, it pinches.
Giles deduces that the victims so far have been of authority, and Buffy thinks the dean of the university who was at the ceremony might be next. But Willow doesn't want to help, and they get into yet another argument, which Spike interrupts because he's bored of it all, and Willow goes to warn the dean with Anya and Xander dragging along.
Guys, the dean's house is up past the gym. And hurry! Dinner's in an hour!
Spike complains that he's hungry, but Hoos and his friends attack, so Giles and Buffy take cover.
Hey! What's the heart?
The visit to the dean was a bust, but Angel shows up, who Anya reacts to like she's never seen him before, but they did meet in Doppelgangland. He's worried because all the Native American weapons are missing, and he says Hoos would go after who he thinks is a strong fighter, which would be Buffy, so calls Giles.
Yes.
Yes, we're well aware of that. We're under siege now, actually. Thank you.
Buffy goes for some weapons but gets shot with an arrow, and Spike tries to apologise as reinforcements arrive and a fight breaks out. Hoos goes for Buffy, who tries to stab him, which does nothing. So Angel joins in the fight, and after Buffy cuts Hoos with his own knife, he transforms.
A bear! You made a bear!
I didn't mean to.
Undo it! Undo it!
Xander distracts the bear, allowing Buffy to stab it, and all the attackers vanish into green smoke. Angel walks away, and the rest of them sit down to dinner, with Xander feeling better now, but lets slip that Angel was there. Before we go anywhere, I'm going to straight up say that I am no way equipped or qualified to discuss Hoos and his storyline and how it was portrayed, and I'm going to leave it there. Outside of that, it was so nice to have an episode where the Scoobies were all together and all contributing, even though they spent a lot of time arguing. I find the character I like the least when they're arguing is Willow, which isn't to say I agree or disagree with her, but the way she argues tends to go against her established character, and I'm not just talking about this episode. It's happened before in episodes like Dead Man's Party and Wild at Heart. It never seems to sit right with who she is as a person, which feels a bit jarring. However, this episode has so much good dialogue and fun quips that there are too many for me to include in the video. We get them across the board, but Spike, Anya and Giles I find are the main contributors across the series, so it's great to have them all together. Speaking of together, this is one of the rare instances that Buffy's 3 major love interests appear in the same episode, although I feel that Angel wasn't particularly necessary. I know the point is it's an Angel-Buffy crossover episode, but Angel doesn't really do much aside from lurking in the background. So it feels like his inclusion is more of a forced plot point than it actually being relevant to the story. Don't get me wrong, I don't mind him being there, but I think he could have been better utilised, perhaps in a different episode. Now on to the deaths, and I'm not going to include Hoos and his buddies, as they were spirits to begin with and they don't really die, they just kind of evaporate. So I count 4 deaths. 3 humans, Professor Gerhardt, who had her throat slit by Hoos, some rando guy killed by a pack of vampires, and Father Gabriel, who was hanged by Hoos, and 1 vampire death, the one right at the beginning staked by Buffy. That brings our running total to 4 humans, 1 transformation, 7 vampires, 1 demon, and 1 werewolf. So there you have it. That was Pangs. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, or come say hi on social media. If you enjoyed this video, then please hit that like button, it really does mean a lot, or consider subscribing if you want more videos like this one. Alternatively, feel free to check out my other YouTube channel, Jane Plays Games Badly. Thank you so much for watching, I'll speak to you soon, and don't let the vampires bite.